Thanks for joining the demo day of Hobit. In next 20 minutes, I'll be taking through the journey of Hobit with the help of presentation. The Hobit name also derives from two conjunctions, that is hob and it. Hob means hobbies and it means just do it with the help of Hobit platform. By the end of this financial year, we are expecting to have 5 lakh plus user base. Plus in that, we are expecting to close ARR of 4 crore rupees.
For how many months an average user joins your classes?
What percent-wise gains your seed investors, stage investors have made, and are they still on board?
Can you elaborate more about your technical competency and how you will cater when your users will increase and the content will increase?
So how does that, feeling a personalized course or a tutorship, how does that come? Because it's a pre-recorded model.
How do you get your new customers in terms of numbers of new customers from Facebook, Instagram versus from Google?
Thanks for joining the demo day of Hobit. In next 20 minutes, I'll be taking through the journey of Hobit with the help of presentation. We'll be giving a pitch to about Hobit, and after that, we'll be open for the questions as well. So everybody will be able to ask the questions, whatever questions they'll be having. Hobit, a platform dedicated to hobbies. So the Hobit name also derives from two conjunctions, that is hob and it. Hob means hobbies and it means just do it with the help of Hobit platform. We are three founders in the company, me, Gaurav Dua, Arpit Tyagi and Lakshya Rohila. And the most interesting part about the founders in the company is that we three are childhood friends. The next important part about the founders in the company is that we three are coming from a very diverse background in terms of education qualification and in terms of experience as well. If I talk about myself, I was always a backbencher since my schooling days, and my interest was totally inclined towards extracurricular activities. Lakshya was my schooling friend, and we both were the state level player into volleyball. After completing my schooling, I went for my graduation back in 2014, and I met Arpit Tyagi over there. And even in those days, I saw the zeal of doing something into startup ecosystem in Arpit. Although my interest was again inclined towards doing something to wrapping ecosystem. But the major problem that I faced in my life in terms of pursuing my favorite hobby, that was rapping during those days, was not getting the right peer group. क्योंकि रैपिंग का इकोसिस्टम जो है वो बॉम्बे में बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छे से बढ़ रहा था. इन दिल्ली देयर वाज वेरी लेस peer group through which I can learn with each other. Another major concern that I personally faced in my life was not getting the right guidance, right support and right mentorship to learn what I actually wanted to learn. So these were my common pain point in terms of pursuing my favorite hobby. After doing my graduation, I did my master's into marketing international business, then worked with some of the startup named as Riculta Solutions Private Limited, then worked with India's #1 ERP solution firm, that is Entab Infotech. That was my background. If I talk about Lakshya's journey, he's coming from a tech background. So after completing his graduation, he was doing a freelancing project for 2 years. After that, he worked as a tech support and the tech lead in one of this prominent startup named as Quantel.in. If I talk about Arpit's journey, Arpit was again a founding member of Mind Solution, M1 Exchange. The company recently raised around of $10 million from Amazon. So that was the background of the three founders. If I talk about the problem that we are trying to solve with the help of Hobit platform is, तो ये प्रॉब्लम सिर्फ हमारी और आपकी ही नहीं बल्कि भारत के और पूरे विश्व के वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल्स और होम मेकर्स की प्रॉब्लम है जो अपनी हॉबीज को परस्यू करना चाहते हैं आगे जाके. तो कॉमन प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं. सबसे पहली प्रॉब्लम आती है टाइम इशू. सो टाइम इज अ मेजर कंसर्न. वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल्स और होम मेकर्स को एक डेडिकेटेड टाइम नहीं मिल पाता जिसमें वो अपनी हॉबीज को पूरा कर सकें. सो वी आर ट्राइंग टू सॉल्व दैट प्रॉब्लम. अनदर प्रॉब्लम जो वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल्स और होम मेकर्स फेस करते हैं वो प्रॉब्लम होती है सही डायरेक्शन ना मिलना, सही गाइडेंस ना मिलना, सही मेंटोरशिप ना मिलना. हम अपनी हॉबी परस्यू करना चाहते हैं पर किससे करें? हु विल बी द राइट ट्यूटर टू अस? सो दिस इज द सेकंड प्रॉब्लम. थर्ड एंड द मेजर प्रॉब्लम इज, अगर हमारे फ्रेंड्स के अंदर वो सेम हॉबी नहीं होती तो कहीं ना कहीं मोटिवेशन फैक्टर लो हो जाता है क्योंकि पीयर ग्रुप में वो हॉबी का सेम क्रेज नहीं है. So that is another problem in terms of learning various hobbies. So we are solving all these problems with the help of building an ecosystem of various hobbies. So the solution that we came with our platform is, the platform is being segregated with 3 verticals. पहले vertical के अंदर we provide virtual training of various hobbies through artificial intelligence and machine learning. इसके अंदर हमने अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी के थ्रू एक सेशन 12 डिफरेंट टाइम स्लॉट्स पे रन होता है. यूजर विल बी एबल टू सेलेक्ट देयर कन्वीनियंट टाइम स्लॉट एंड देन टेक देयर फेवरेट हॉबी with the help of our platform. Second major thing जो हमारे platform के अंदर है, we have built a community of like-minded people. This community is same like Instagram and Facebook, but the major differentiator in this community is that communities are being segregated with hobbies wise. So for example, अगर किसी की hobby dance है, तो dance के एक separate community है. User will be directly going to the dance community. He'll be seeing lakhs of people posting the regular regimes, photos, content, videos. If the other person resonates with the other person's journey, he'll be able to like it, comment it, share with each other, and chat with each other as well. And the community is free for all, no charges are being incurred in this community. Third major vertical that we are hanging into the platform is Hobit certification courses. If anybody wants to be a certified course into the platform, we also provide certification courses into the platform itself. So through this, we have built a whole ecosystem of various hobbies. If I talk about the vision of Hobit, it's helping working professionals and homemakers pursuing their hobby, as simple and as effective as booking a hotel with Oyo or booking a cab with Uber. This is what usually our users say about us, that they usually spend 30 minutes into the platform for learning their favorite hobby. If I talk more about Hobit platform, currently we are dealing into 5 major hobby categories including fitness, dance, cooking, music and art and craft. If I talk about subcategories, we are dealing into 20 plus subcategories into dance. We are having Bharatnatyam dance, Kathak dance, jazz, Bollywood, hip hop and belly dance. These are some of the subcategories into various hobbies as well. If I talk about the technological aspect, we are adding artificial intelligence in which जो भी session ट्यूटर एक स्क्रीन के अंदर कर रहा है, दैट विल बी ट्रैक्ड थ्रू अ सेशन व्हाट यूजर इज डूइंग आउटसाइड द स्क्रीन. तो जो यूजर हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म के अंदर एक क्लास के अंदर एंटर होता है, हमारी एप्लीकेशन कैमरा की एक्सेस लेती है, तो कैमरा के थ्रू उसकी पूरी पूरी मूवमेंट 32 जॉइंट्स के हिसाब से ट्रैक की जाती है. ट्रैकिंग करने के बाद कंपेयर किया जाता है विद द ट्यूटर्स मूवमेंट, और दोनों चीजों को ट्रैक करने के बाद आफ्टर एवरी सेशन यूजर विल बी गेटिंग ऑटो जनरेटेड रिपोर्ट कि आपने ये सेशन कितना परसेंट एक्यूरेसी के साथ किया है, व्हाट इज द एक्यूरेसी लेवल ऑफ योर पर्टिकुलर सेशन. दिस इज बीइंग डन ऑटोमेटिकली विद द हेल्प ऑफ द टेक्नोलॉजिकल एस्पेक्ट. नो ह्यूमन इंटरफेरेंस इज बीइंग डन इन दिस. If I talk about the tutors part, so we have tied up with some of the renowned and vetted tutors, including Abhijit Samant, who is the Indian Idol Season 1 winner, Piyush Gurubele, who is the winner of Dance India Dance Champion, Dance Zimane Champion, including Prince Sharma, who is a winner of MasterChef India. How we collaborate with the tutors is the most important aspect over here. हम tutors के साथ agreement करते हैं in which they record sessions for Hobit and we give one-time payment to the tutor. Now the part over here is the content that tutors record for Hobit has a lifetime access with Hobit itself and the copyright with Hobit itself. तो content Hobit कितनी भी बार अपने प्लेटफॉर्म पे रन करके कितनी भी बार रेवेन्यू जनरेट कर सकता है विदाउट पेइंग अ रिकरिंग रेवेन्यू टू द ट्यूटर इटसेल्फ. तो हम ट्यूटर से कंटेंट क्रिएट करवाते हैं Hobit के लिए, इन दैट कंटेंट द कॉपीराइट इज बीइंग केप्ट बाय Hobit फॉर लाइफ टाइम एक्सेस. If I talk about the traction part, we launched the platform on 14th of January 2020. This year, 2021, this year we achieved a 2 milestone. The very first milestone we achieved in March of having 50,000 user base. In July, we achieved the next milestone of having 1 lakh user base. Current now we are sitting at 1,40,000 user base. Some of the interesting aspect about the community into the platform is 65,000 is the monthly active user base. Average user time spent into the platform is 15 minutes. In every 4 minutes, someone is posting a content or a video or a written content onto the community itself. And in every 8 minutes, a chat is being initiated with the other users. So this is how strong our peer group community is into the platform. In terms of revenue generation, last month we generated 18 lakh rupees. That was a gross marginal revenue to us, because whatever revenue we generate, out of which 90% is a gross margin to Hobit, only 10% is being spent in terms of content creation part. तो जितना भी पैसा हम यूजर से लेते हैं, सब कुछ हमारा एक तरीके से पूरा का पूरा प्रॉफिट है, because no charges are being incurred in that. In last quarter, these are some of the older stats. In last quarter, we achieved 50 lakh rupees gross margin. In terms of user acquisition journey, what we did so far is collaboration and strategic alliances. How we did strategic alliances is majorly with the education institutions plus residential societies. तो residential societies के अंदर working professionals और homemakers रहते हैं. Through RWA, we tied up with residential societies in Delhi NCR area. through which हमें उनका एक common group के अंदर हम अपने information को push in करा सकते हैं. That was the strategic alliances we did, in which no charges was incurred of Hobit, and the result was phenomenal. Another thing for terms of user acquisition was influencers marketing. We tied up with some of the biggest influencers in the industry, and the third thing was obviously referrals, through which we got the users onto the platform. If I talk about the roadmap, we wanted to achieve 5 lakh plus user base by the end of this financial year. We are expecting to have 1 crore plus gross margin, that is a monthly gross margin from March 2023 onwards. This year we are expecting to close a ARR of 4 crore rupees, that is again gross margin itself. By December we are expecting to have 50 lakh rupees plus gross margin, that is a monthly gross margin. We are looking forward to it. In terms of fundraising aspect, we are raising 2 crore rupees in this round at a valuation of 25 crore, out of which we already received a commitment of 1.5 CR, so 50 lakh rupees is remaining right now for this particular round. In terms of fund usage, 45% will be used in marketing and growth aspect, will be penetrating the product deeper in tier 2 cities of India, plus expanding the product into UAE region as well. Recently, we started a journey in UAE. We launched our product in Dubai, and on 15th of August, and in last 1.5 month, we achieved 40,000 dirhams revenue from Dubai itself. That is near to 9 lakh rupees revenue generated from Dubai region as well. So we'll be penetrating more in Dubai region and penetrating more into India tier 2 cities. In terms of market size, in India it's a $10 billion market. Globally it's $200 billion market, expected to be grown at 24.5%, that is by 2024. In terms of competitive landscape, some of the biggest player in this industry is KYT, Yellow Class, Piggy Ride, Hopspace. The major differentiation with this major competitors are the community. The very first thing is a community in which people can be able to post regular designs, photos, content, videos, and co-create and collaborate with their peer group free of cost. Only Hobit and Yellow Class is having an active community. None other platform is having a community. Second, the biggest landscape differentiation in the platform is technological aspect. In HopTech industry, except Hobit, no one is using such kind of a technology to give automated reports to the users. Third major differentiator is the age group. Most of these platforms are dealing into K-12 students. If I talk about Hobit, we are dealing into age group of 15 plus. That is majorly working professionals and homemakers. In terms of advisors and mentors, Dr. Shruti Gupta is one of our advisors, which is the youngest PhD holder from IIT Delhi in marketing aspect. Devesh Rakheja is another co-founder, ex-co-founder of Marwari Catalyst VC firm, and the Mehul Shah, who has already mentored 100 plus startups and part of the Startup India program as well. These are some of our investors who has invested with us in our previous round that we raised in December 2021, including IVY Growth Associates, Marwari Catalyst, Rachit Porter, Varun Hanglu, Weber Mittal, Pratik Toshniwal, and Rajiv Bang. If I talk about the projection aspect, by March we are expecting to have, by the end of this financial year, we are expecting to have 5 lakh plus user base. Plus in that we are expecting to close ARR of 4 crore rupees. That is our projection for this financial year. For the next 2-3 financial year, I am sharing the screen right away to demonstrate you that as well. So in this year, if I talk about the average ticket size that we take from the users for a monthly classes is 1,000 rupees for one hobby for 1 month classes. In this year, we are expecting to have 8% from total user base to a paid user base conversion is 8% that we are expecting to have to achieve 4 crore rupees ARR. Next year, the plan is to have 15 lakh plus user base, and the conversion rate will be 10% because some of the users will be retained users as well. So in that aspect, we will be able to generate a 15 CR, that is our ARR. In next financial year, in the next financial year, we are expecting to have 30 lakh user base, in which 12% conversion rate that we are doing, and achieving a ARR of 36 crore rupees. So that's all from my side. Open for the questions as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Gaurav sir.
Yeah,
Now,
there is a question from Jacob. When will they turn cash flow positive and net profit positive? So last month we achieved basically we achieved break even last month, and the total expense that we were doing was equivalent to the total gross margin that we generated. From this month onward, will be cash positive and EBITDA positive as well. Hope this answers help. Open to other questions as well.
So my question is that you in your projections you said that 1,000 rupees per customer, and you will have 40,000 customers, right? And that comes to annual revenue.
Yes.
But that 1,000 rupees is for monthly customers. So you are saying that only one customer will join only for 1 month.
No. So right now the retention rate that we are seeing for 3 months is 35%. So the total users that we have achieved was 40,000. तो 40,000 को हमने कैसे कैलकुलेट करा है मैं आपको वो थोड़ा सा समझाने की कोशिश करता हूँ. अगर एक यूजर 3 महीने ज्वाइन कर रहा है तो वी हैव टेकन दैट यूजर इन 3 यूजर्स एज वेल इन दैट प्रोजेक्शन पार्ट. तो अगर टोटल हमारे एक को यूजर 3 महीने ज्वाइन करता है तो उस यूजर को हमने 3 यूजर की तरह वहां पे कैलकुलेट करा हुआ है. सो इन दैट सेंस वी आर अचीविंग 4 crore ARR.
Okay, and what is the like average users like how many months an average user joins your classes?
सो अभी हमने सिर्फ 1 मंथ का प्रोग्राम लॉन्च करा हुआ था सारी हॉबीज के लिए, बिकॉज लास्ट ईयर हमने अपने प्लेटफॉर्म के अंदर कुछ भी सेल नहीं करते थे. द मेजर गोल वाज टू बिल्ड द कम्युनिटी फर्स्ट, देन सेल द थिंग्स टू दैट कम्युनिटी. सो फ्रॉम जनवरी ऑनवर्ड्स वी स्टार्टेड सेलिंग टू दोज यूजर्स, एंड अभी जो हम यूजर की जर्नी देख रहे हैं वो 3 months 4 months तक पहुंच चुकी है. सो फ्रॉम दिस मंथ ऑनवर्ड वी आर स्टार्टिंग अ प्रोग्राम फॉर 3 months and 6 months एज वेल. एंड दिसंबर तक बाय द एंड ऑफ दिस फाइनेंशियल ईयर वंस विल बी अचीविंग 5 lakh प्लस यूजर बेस. उसके बाद हम अपने प्लेटफॉर्म का सब्सक्रिप्शन मॉडल स्टार्ट करने वाले हैं, जिसके अंदर यूजर विल बी एबल टू टेक अ सब्सक्रिप्शन फॉर इवन अ ईयरली बेसिस एज वेल. बट करंट नाउ जो अभी तक चल रहा था दैट वाज अ मंथली सब्सक्रिप्शन, एंड वी वर सीइंग द रिटेंशन ऑन दैट सब्सक्रिप्शन वाज 35%, बट द कंप्लीशन ऑफ द होल मंथ कोर्स वाज 78%.
Okay, so 78% of the users completed the whole month courses.
Yes.
So do you track their attendance, or how do you measure
Yeah,
that?
so with the help of backend we track that which all classes was being taken by the users, कौन सी classes user ने miss करी, तो पूरा उसका जब हम चार्ट निकालते हैं तो in that sense the average user completion rate is 78%.
Okay, and so if I take a 1,000 rupees class, so I can join only one type of hobby class, right?
Yes, current now it's only one type of hobby for one whole month, but by the end of this financial year we'll be opening up subscription model, जिसके अंदर किसी को अगर डांस में इंटरेस्ट है तो एक सीधा डांस की सब्सक्रिप्शन ले सकता है, और डांस के अंदर की जितनी भी हॉबीज हैं, चाहे वो बेली डांस है, कथक है, भरतनाट्यम है, जैज है, हिप हॉप है, या भांगड़ा पंजाबी डांस है, उन सब की सब्सक्रिप्शन उसके लिए अनलॉक हो जाएगी. उसमें हम विल बी पेनिट्रेटिंग मोर इनटू टीयर 2 सिटीज, एंड उसमें हम जो फोकस करेंगे विल बी मास ऑडियंस को फोकस करने वाले हैं उस टाइम पे हम. अभी सिर्फ ये 1 month वन हॉबी क्लासेस चलता है प्लेटफॉर्म के लिए.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. So there is a question from Kishore Kumar. What is the company valuation? Current now we are raising at a valuation of 25 crore. That is pre-money. In total we are raising 2 crore rupees in this round. Post-money valuation will be 27 crore. Out of which we already received commitment of 1.5 crore rupees. So the pending amount that is in this round is 50 lakh rupees only. There is a question from Ramji that the content is vernacular. Right now the content that we are delivering is in English language, mostly in Hindi and English part only.
So you told that the monthly active user is around 65K.
Yes.
So what's the sessions like? What's the length of the sessions that are there on your app?
Okay, so the session is between 35 to 45 minutes per session.
Okay, so have you figured out why is the average session per user around 15 minutes?
So that is not an average user session per minute. It's an average application usage in the platform. अगर हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पे 1,40,000 यूजर्स हैं और पेड यूजर बेस है दैट इज नियर टू 15,000. तो जो यूजर्स पे नहीं कर रहे दोज यूजर्स आर इन कम्युनिटी इटसेल्फ. तो कम्युनिटी के अंदर दैट इज अ कम्युनिटी इज लाइक इंस्टाग्राम और फेसबुक. तो अगर कम्युनिटी यूजर्स का एंगेजमेंट टाइम 4 minute 5 minute और 6 minute एवरेज पर डे है, तो कहीं ना कहीं वो कम्युलेटिव मिला के एवरेज 15 minutes आ रहा है प्लेटफॉर्म पर. वो सिर्फ पेड यूजर का टाइम नहीं है, वो फ्री यूजर्स का टाइम इंक्लूड करके टोटल यूजर्स का एवरेज टाइम है.
But then your paid users would have at least spent around 40 minutes, right? As per the length of the session.
But only 10% users are paid users. 90% users are non-paid users.
So they just are part of the community.
Yes. So we are.
Have you figured out a way how to increase the session for the unpaid users?
Yeah, so that is why I told that from next year's onward we'll be starting the subscription.
No, apart from the subscription, if they're not ready to pay, how would you plan to increase the engagement of them over the platform?
So in the platform itself, in the community itself, we regularly conduct regular events and competitions. So events and competitions is the most lucrative way of engaging any of the users, because since even in my schooling and graduation days, whenever we particularly see any kind of a competition or event going on for a favorite hobby that we are having right now, we usually get inclined towards that competition events, and into the platform itself, we conduct regular competitions and events for the users, those users.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Hi. See, as a layman, if you say if I want to learn my hobby or something, I can directly go to YouTube and watch the video. What's the value added? What the extra thing or a differentiator you are providing so that the person is paying you 1,000 rupees per month?
यूट्यूब पे यूजुअली क्या होता है, जब भी कोई एक कंटेंट क्रिएटर अपनी वीडियो क्रिएट करता है फॉर एनी हॉबी, बीट एनी हॉबी, पहली चीज तो वो हॉबी सिखाने के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से कम क्रिएट की जाती है, यूजर्स को एंगेज करने के और व्यूज के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से ज्यादा क्रिएट की जाती है. सेकंड एस्पेक्ट, अगर वो सिखाने के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी क्रिएट की गई है वीडियो, तो भी जो एक ट्यूटर होता है वो अपनी वीडियो डेली बेसिस में वहां पे कभी भी पोस्ट नहीं करता, क्योंकि उनको कंटेंट रिकॉर्ड करने में, सब कुछ करने में काफी टाइम लगता है. तो कोई अगर वो एक वीडियो आज पोस्ट कर रहे हैं, सेकंड वीडियो उनकी 1 वीक 2 वीक के बाद पोस्ट होती है. बट हॉबी जो परसुएशन ऑफ हॉबी होती है, वो लर्निंग ऑन अ डेली बेसिस रहता है. तो अगर आज मैंने किसी एक्स ट्यूटर की वीडियो देखी, नेक्स्ट वीडियो उसकी कब आने वाली है, कौन से लेवल की आने वाली है, बिगिनर्स, इंटरमीडिएट और एडवांस लेवल, मुझे नहीं पता होता, या उस वीडियो के नेक्स्ट वीडियो में भी उसका कनेक्ट रहेगा या नहीं रहेगा वो भी नहीं पता होता. और अगर नेक्स्ट डे मैं किसी और कंटेंट क्रिएटर की वीडियोस को जाके परस्यू करता हूं, तो हर किसी का टीचिंग मेथड भी डिफरेंट होता है. सो व्हाट्स देयर इन द प्लेटफॉर्म इज, एक ही कंटेंट क्रिएटर्स आपके लेवल के हिसाब से, अगर आप बिगिनर हो, इंटरमीडिएट हो, एडवांस हो, उसके बेसिस में आपको डेली सेशंस प्रोवाइड करता है. इन एडिशन टू दैट, आपको एआई के थ्रू ऑटोमेटेड रिपोर्ट मिलती है, जिससे आप खुद को भी जज कर सकते हो कि आपका ये सेशन कितना % एक्यूरेसी लेवल के साथ हुआ है. So this is the differentiation with any freemium videos that you can see from any other platform.
Okay, so you are saying that you provide a personalized sort of learning, right?
Yes, you can say
and
yes.
And it's on one-to-one basis, or what? How means
No.
if an say tutor is have recorded a video, so it would be a generic video, right?
Yes, तो वो वीडियो जो हम रिकॉर्ड करवाते हैं, दैट इज ऑन अ सेगमेंट्स ऑफ इंटरमीडिएट, बिगिनर्स एंड एडवांस लेवल. तो जैसे कि अगर मैं बात करूं बिगिनर लेवल, तो बिगिनर लेवल की कोई भी मेजरली हॉबी सीखने के लिए 5 to 6 मंथ्स लगते हैं. तो 5 to 6 मंथ्स की वो यूजर की जर्नी हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पे डिफाइन रहती है. अगर कोई भी बिगिनर ज्वाइन करता है कि 6 महीने अगर वो 6 मंथ्स के ऐसे सेशन रेगुलर लेते रहेंगे, तो दे विल बी इन इंटरमीडिएट लेवल नाउ. वो पूरा का पूरा बिगिनर स्टेप हो गया या बिगिनर्स लर्निंग हो गई, पूरा का पूरा सीख चुके होंगे. So in that manner, we conduct a regular classes onto the platform.
What is the ratio for a tutor to customer as of now?
So
means
in
one tutor is there, how many customer he on an average he would be teaching or he would be?
तो मैं आपको बताऊं, इट्स अ प्री रिकॉर्डेड सेशन जो हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म में लुक एंड फील लाइव क्लास की देता है. तो हमें ट्यूटर्स बहुत ज्यादा हैवी क्वांटिटी में नहीं चाहिए. वी नीड अ क्वालिटी ट्यूटर्स, क्योंकि एक सेशन के अंदर इवन 1 करोड़ पीपल कैन ज्वाइन विदाउट क्रिएटिंग अ डिस्टर्बेंस इनटू द सेशन इटसेल्फ. अगर मैं जूम, वेबएक्स, सिस्को की बात करूं, जहाँ पे एक्चुअल लाइव रहता है, वहां पे 30-40 से ज्यादा जब लोग जुड़ जाते हैं, तो एक कोई डिस्टर्बेंस क्रिएट होती है, किसी का अनम्यूट हो गया, किसी का म्यूट हो गया. बट इन अ वर्चुअल सेशन जो कि हमारा प्लेटफॉर्म है, उसमें इवन 1 करोड़ लोग भी जुड़ जाएंगे तो भी कोई डिस्टर्बेंस क्रिएट नहीं होगी. सो वी डू नॉट नीड अ क्वांटिटी ऑफ यूजर्स or quantity of teachers. We need a quality of teachers. So right now being associated with 50 such tutors from pan India.
Hey Gaurav, a wonderful presentation and kudos to you and your team for putting up such an app. I have one question with reference to music as a hobby. You had mentioned Abhijit Sawant, the Indian Idol winner, as one of the tutors.
Yes.
And therefore I presume that Abhijit Sawant would be teaching something around Hindi film music.
Yes.
If my understanding is correct, then anything to do with film music requires copyright issues, permission even from the music labels of the songs that you're teaching. How do you deal with that? Because the copyright pricing is extremely expensive. How does your unit economics work? Because as far as my understanding goes, because I've dealt in that space, it's quite expensive. So how do you deal with that? Have you taken that cost into consideration when you made your projections and your MRR and ARR and all that?
Okay, yeah, understood. Yeah. Thank you for asking such questions, Murli. So, Abhi, if I talk about the example of Abhijit Sawant and singing aspect, so it's not a actual live classes, actual recorded virtual session into the platform that is happening with Abhijit Sawant. Abhijit Sawant has created a course. In that course, he has given a basic instructions how to sing, how to do the practice of Sare Gama Pa, how to do the practice of rhythm and everything else. And the songs that are being included in that virtual sessions are songs that Abhijit Sawant has played. एक्चुअली जो सॉन्ग्स अभिजीत सावंत के अपने खुद के सॉन्ग्स है उन्हीं के ऊपर उन्होंने प्रैक्टिस भी कराई है और उन्हीं के बेसिस में उन्होंने पूरा का पूरा सर्टिफिकेशन कोर्स क्रिएट किया हुआ है सो इन दैट एस्पेक्ट वी डू नॉट नीड सच काइंड ऑफ अ कॉपीराइट विद एनी अदर थिंग्स क्योंकि सारे के सारे जो सॉन्ग्स उसके अंदर प्ले हुए हुए वो सबके सब हमारे ट्यूटर के ही अपने खुद के सॉन्ग्स हैं.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thanks for the answer.
Yeah, thank you so much.
This is Yogesh. I posted my questions on chat as well. Those are primarily related to the documentation work, and I wanted to know, will you guys be able to share the valuation report with us? And
Yeah, sure.
One is valuation report. Second is the documentation part. If in case we are interested to invest with you guys, what sort of documentation you will be providing?
All the documents will be shared with you. StartupLanes team will be connecting with each and every one present here, and those who are interested and will fill up the commitment form. The documents like valuation, projection, and pitch deck will be shared with them along with the recording of the demo day.
Okay, so if I want detailed discussion on documentation part and the exit clause, if any, so that can be done later on.
Yes, it can be done via one-on-one call.
All right. And what about the valuation report?
That will be shared by the StartupLanes itself. No worries in that.
All right. Thank you.
There is a question from, I think, Devanshu Dhal side that, sir, if you don't mind to share, can you share what percent-wise gains your seed investors, stage investors have made, and are they still on board? Yes, all the investors are still on board with us. They are co-investing with us in this round as well. Even a single stakeholders has not been taken an exit so far. All the stakeholders are co-investing in this round as well. In terms of growth from seed stage to this stage stages, 100% that they have done so far. That is, they invested with us at 13 CR valuation. Now the company's valuation post money will be 27 CR. That is 100% gain to the seed investors so far, and they are co-investing in this round as well.
Can you talk more about your customer acquisition journey? How you have done in the past, and what are the new techniques you are using now?
Yeah, sure. So in terms of customer acquisition cost, the CAC that we're having right now is 8 to 10 rupees. That is the very first aspect of your user's journey. The second thing what we've done so far in terms of user acquisition is the very first one of the strategic alliances that we did with the educational institutions. We did strategic alliances with 45 such educational institutions in Pan India for free of cost, in which one day free virtual hobby day was conducted for all the faculty members and all the parents of the students into the platform itself. That was one of the strategic alliances we've done so far. Another strategic alliances we did was with RW residential societies. So we tied up with 25 RW residential societies where 200 or 300 flats are there. Almost 1,000 population is being living over there. That is working professionals and homemakers. So उनका एक common group रहता था WhatsApp का. So through RW we have pitched our information into those RWA groups ताकि पूरी की पूरी societies के अंदर Hobit के बारे में information pension हो जाए. These were the two strategic alliances जहाँ पे Hobit ने कुछ भी पैसे spend नहीं करा और user को acquire करा. Third thing that we are doing so far right now is in which we are into the middle of stages, tying up with Zostel. So Zostel is a hostel chain having 67 hostels in Pan India. Basically जो लोग hostels में रहना चाहते हैं for 1 day 2 day, that's a concept similar like OYO. So we are tying up with Zostel. जो भी लोग Zostel के अंदर check in करेंगे उनको 1 दिन या 2 दिन जितने भी दिन के लिए वो चेक इन कर रहे हैं उतने दिन के लिए हॉबिट का पास फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट मिलेगा. वो वहाँ पे अपने फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट अपने कन्वीनियंट टाइम के हिसाब से अपनी फेवरेट हॉबी सीख सकते हैं. That is another kind of a strategic alliances we are doing right now. Another strategic alliances that we are planning to do is tying up with corporates. कॉर्पोरेट्स के अंदर जहाँ पे 1500-2000 एम्प्लॉयज़ रहते हैं, हर कॉर्पोरेट अपने एम्प्लॉय को एम्प्लॉय वेलफेयर स्कीम के तहत कुछ ना कुछ चीज़ें प्रोवाइड करता है. द ट्रेंड दैट इज गोइंग ऑन राइट नाउ इज मोस्ट ऑफ द कॉर्पोरेट्स आर प्रोवाइडिंग फिटनेस पासेस टू देयर एम्प्लॉयज़. But we believe that not all the employees are having the same hobby of doing fitness every day. Maybe some of their employees are having a hobby of doing dance, cooking as well. So we are breaking that stereotype by providing them the Hobbit pass, and we are telling them, let your employee decide what hobby they want to pursue with the help of Hobbit passes itself. So these are some of the strategic alliances we did so far, and we are planning to do also. In terms of other paid marketing aspect, we are doing digital marketing both on Instagram, Facebook, plus we are doing influencers marketing as well. In digital marketing, we are having almost reach of near to 50 million impressions per month on our social media pages as well. So I hope that answers your questions.
No, again, I have one more follow-up question.
Yeah.
I mean, you said you did free sessions on schools and other things. I mean, so you went with some celebrities or influencers to have those classes, or why would they take your classes?
Yeah, so we have a renowned and vetted tutors only onto the platform. जैसे कि अगर मैं कुछ tutors की बात करूँ, in cooking we are having all the tutors from MasterChef India itself. जो कि MasterChef India के अंदर जो टेलीविजन पे शो आता है उसके विनर्स या सेमीफाइनलिस्ट रह चुके हैं. अगर मैं डांस की बात करूँ तो डांस के अंदर भी हमारे जो मोस्टली ट्यूटर्स हैं, ऑल द ट्यूटर्स आर विनर्स और सेमीफाइनलिस्ट ऑफ डांस इंडिया, डांस दीवाने चैंपियन, दी डांस चैलेंज, जो शोज टेलीविजन पे आते हैं उनके विनर्स या उनके जो सेमीफाइनलिस्ट रह चुके हैं वो हमारे प्लेटफॉर्म पे सिखाते हैं. So that is again a renowned and vetted tutors only teaching the various hobbies onto the platform.
So all these were recorded classes that you showed to them, nothing live.
Yeah, so it's a recorded classes but still give a look and a feel of a live class. क्योंकि उसके अंदर जब भी कोई इंसान सेशन के अंदर जाता है उनका अपना कैमरा भी ओपन हो जाता है सिमिलर लाइक जूम, और जो कि पर्टिकुलर टाइम स्लॉट रहता है उसी टाइम स्लॉट पे वो क्लास रन होती है. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर एक टाइम स्लॉट है 12 नून का, तो अगर आप 12:10 पे क्लास के अंदर एंटर होते हैं तो 10 मिनट की क्लास आपकी ऑलरेडी छूट चुकी होती है. प्लस इन दिस वी आर एडिंग वन मोर फीचर दैट इज असिस्टिव ट्रेनिंग. तो अगर आप, मैं और संजना, हम 3 लोग सुबह 5 बजे के सेशन में एंटर हो रहे हैं तो we 3 विल बी एबल टू सी ईच अदर एज वेल. एंड अगर हमें कोई रियल टाइम में क्वेरी होती है तो ऑन अ रियल टाइम बेसिस वी कैन आस्क द क्वेरी ऑन अ चैट इटसेल्फ. वहाँ पे रियल टाइम चैट चलेगी, दैट विल बी सॉल्व बाय द असिस्टिव, नॉट द रियल ट्यूटर, to give more look and a feel of a live class. But in actual, it's a pre-recorded class.
Oh, okay.
I think a very interesting concept which is being laid out here. I have a very basic question. In the pandemic time, a lot of such startups have sprung up, right from a bit class to front row, to many. So how are you seeing yourself vis-a-vis them, and what is the one edge that you feel that you have over others?
Okay, yeah, very nice question, Ankit Kastiwal. I really appreciate that. Yes, a lot of players came into HopTech domain in the pandemic situation, and Front Row is being the one of the biggest player in this HopTech industry, having a valuation of 450 crores. In last round, they raised 100 crores, and but the current situation that is happening is Hobit being one of the top 5 players into HopTech domain. That is the very first aspect. The edging thing in Hobit that we're having is we are not relying on a particular pre-recorded moduled courses. Instead of pre-recorded moduled courses, our whole focus is in virtual regular classes. That's the major differentiation with any of the other platforms, including Front Row, including KYT, Yellow Class, Hopspace, PiggyRate, and Bit Class as well. Most of these platforms are providing a pre-recorded moduled courses. In pre-recorded moduled courses, the lifetime value of a user is very less. Because once a user has purchased a particular course that is being recorded by being any of the celebrity, once they have completed that course, and the retention rate is very less, they are not able to take another course because एक hobby का एक ही course रहता है usually. But in our platform we conduct regular virtual hobby classes, and जो hobbies के अंदर हम deal कर रहे हैं वो hobbies भी हमने ऐसी select करी हैं जो hobbies का learning process lifetime रहता है. उनका ऐसा process नहीं है कि 2 classes में कोई भी इंसान वो hobby सीख सकता है. For example, dance. Dance is a lifetime learning process in which user has to do that hobby on a regular basis. Another thing is fitness. In fitness भी ऐसा चीज़ है जो कि लोग सिर्फ 1 या 2 क्लासेस नहीं करते, वो रेगुलर अपनी जर्नी के अंदर इनकलकेट करते हैं. So that is a edging part of Hobit that makes differentiation of Hobit to any other platforms. In terms of traction as well, if I talk about the traction of Front Row, when Front Row raised their last round at a valuation of 450 crore, in total they raised 100 crore. During that time, their total traction was 250,000 user base. We are at 1,50,000 user base right now. In terms of ARR, they were clocking 1.2 CR, and in terms of ARR, what Hobit is clocking is 4 CR. So that makes Hobit much better in terms of clocking revenue, and even in user base as well. We are not very behind of front row, and in terms of valuation, we are only raising at a valuation of 7% of what front row's valuation is right now. Hope that helps you.
Sure, sure. That works. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Next, we have Mr. Sharath Siripuram. Sir, please come forward and ask your question. Mr. Sharath, please unmute
Hi.
your.
Yeah.
Yep. I think half of my question was actually answered in the previous question. I was going to ask about the valuation and how did we get to the valuation. And since I'm interested maybe in investing, I wanted to better understand and how we got to this valuation, and what kind of information would be provided for us if we want to move forward, if we want to understand how we got to this valuation and how accurate is it. So, yeah, so that's my question.
Okay, sure. So initially, if I talk about the valuation aspect, how we reached out to this particular valuation, that is 25 CR pre-money. So we started this round, to be very honest with you, we started this round at a valuation of 40 crore initially. That was 10x of the ARR that we are planning to achieve. That was 4 crore rupees ARR, and the 10x of the valuation of that was 40 crore, in which we were planning to raise the amount. But by seeing the current market situation, and by taking the advices from our advisors and mentors, they advise us that 10x these days is not being is too much lucrative these days. So let's plan to have a little lower valuation at 6x of what we have achieved, what we have what we are clocking at the ARR, that was 4 crore. So through that we reached out to a valuation of 25 CR. The next reason of putting the valuation of 25 CR is last round we raised at a valuation of 13 CR, and since last round we did 6,000% growth in terms of monthly revenue, we did 6x growth in terms of user base, and since we are only keeping 2x of the valuation from last round, these are the two major aspects we are keeping a valuation of 25 CR.
As you are building like Facebook, Instagram, and the streaming also, so you need a strong technical team, right? Because Facebook and these are very technical things. So can you elaborate more about your technical competency and how you will cater when your users will increase and the content will increase? Currently, the content is like one content in 4 minutes, but I think going forward it will be maybe 100 content in 1 second. So how you will handle this kind of data?
Yeah, understood. So in terms of technical aspect, as I told in the very first go, that we are three founders in the company. Me, Gaurav Dua, Arpit Tyagi, and Lakshya Rohila. And the most important part about the founders in the company is that we three are coming from a very diverse background. If I talk about my background, I was coming from a marketing and sales background. So that's how I'm managing marketing, sales, and strategy part into the company. If I talk about Arpit's background, Arpit is coming from a finance background, so he's managing finance and itself. If I talk about Lakshya's background, Lakshay, after doing his graduation, did 2 years of freelancing projects in the technical aspect and become a tech lead in one of the startup named as Quantel.in. He is very well versed with the technical aspect. Plus, he is managing the team. Plus, in the team itself, we are having 6 more people who are the developers into the technical aspect. So, in total, we are a team of 7 people in tech part itself. So that's how we are managing everything from the content creation part to the marketing part to the technical aspect part in-house itself. None of the things into the platform is being outsourced so far.
Hi Gaurav, it's a nice platform and I appreciate all the presentation. I have a couple of questions. I want to understand it a little more better. So how many sessions do you allow each students to take in a month? Because we're charging 1,000 rupees a fixed amount. So how much do you allow?
So it's a monthly classes, that is classes are from Monday to Friday. So almost between 22 to 25 classes user is taking into the 1 month class, because Saturday, Sunday there is no class onto the platform for a monthly batch.
Okay. The second question I have is how much you have invested so far to acquire the customers, like users?
So in last round, if I talk about the fundraising being done so far, in last round in December 2021, we raised a pre-seed round in which we raised total 1 crore rupees, exact 95 lakh rupees in last round, out of which 55 lakh rupees still were into the account itself. So we are not a very cash burning company. The major focus is adding the value to the users base plus generating the revenue as well. So in terms of cash burn, we only did 40 lakh rupees so far.
So if I understand, out of 40 lakhs, you might have invested some part of the money for content development and some for the collaborations.
Content
So approximately how much?
Plus technical aspect.
How much is the split, like 30-30, or how much you invested in?
So it's near to equivalent to all the content creation technical aspect plus the marketing part.
Okay, so out of 40, you might have spent 15 each, approximately. Okay. And how much do you intend to invest to acquire more customers, like in your projection of 4 ARR?
Yeah, so in this current round, the major focus of raising this round is to penetrate deeper into tier 2 cities and penetrate into UAE region as well at a faster pace. So we intend to invest at least 45% of the amount into the marketing itself.
So out of 2 CR, you would be investing around 40%, around 1 CR.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. There is a question from Dinesh Kumar. I think, why no class on weekend? We have a separate batches for weekend as well. We have 2 different kind of a batches. One batch is weekdays batch, in which Monday to Friday classes are there. One batch is a weekend class batch, in which only Saturday Sunday classes are there, for majorly for working professionals who want to pursue their hobby only on weekend basis.
I'm asking, what is your cost burn, including everything per month? So how much cost you burn, and do founders take salary? In the cost burn, whatever you are taking?
Yeah, founders do take salaries plus the expense that Hobit did last month was equivalent to the revenue that we did last month, gross margin that we did last month. That was 18 lakh rupees, including all the operational, marketing, tech, everything, every cost that we incurred. So that's why I told that last month we did break even. We was not burning any single penny from the account. This month onwards, we are planning to do we will be planning to do EBITDA positive plus cash positive as well.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Gaurav.
Hi.
So Gaurav, if I see, compare with the front row, the classes costing is higher side for Hobit. Is it because of more number of classes, or how it is?
No, classes cost is not higher from the front row side. Front row is dealing into courses aspect. So the courses are pre-recorded moduled courses in which 3 to 4 hours of content is being given in a particular moduled course manner. But in Hobit, we provide virtual classes. That's a totally different concept from front row that I already mentioned before as well. We conduct regular monthly classes in which Monday to Friday classes are being run. So whole 1 month, the user will be taking a classes. It's not a particular recorded module content that user can watch anytime for 3 to 4 hours. So that's a major differentiator with the front row and Hobit. And I hope that's more information.
Yeah, and so if a person misses a class, so in that case, how they can they will be missing the track.
Yeah, so in a particular class, first thing is we do have an option of add to recordings as well. So for example, if I selected today's slot for 6 a.m. Or in the evening 6 p.m. and I'm not able to take the particular class, so in any point of time in today's time, there is one option, add to recording. Once I click on that add to recording for today's class, after the end of the day, that class will be added to my gallery. In the Hobit itself, not into the phone gallery, but in the Hobit itself, into the recording aspect. So that class will be recorded for that user from Hobit side by clicking on that add to recording button. But after the batch is being completed, after 15 days of that batch is being completed, that class will be automatically removed from the gallery spot as well.
Okay. And since you have done your break even last month, so are you planning to provide more discount in your courses fee to acquire and have an edge in and have a disruption marketing?
So yeah, so in terms of discount, in terms of disruption marketing, we have not planned for recent aspect. The plan for next coming 4 to 5 months is go on a same mod and acquire more user base and add on to more revenues aspect. But from once we'll be achieving 5 lakh plus user base by the end of this financial year, we'll be having, by doing a back calculation also, we'll be having a content of 12 months for each hobby as well. So from March onwards, we'll be doing a penetrative marketing in which we'll be doing the disruption by providing a subscription model part. So right now, अगर किसी को कथक सीखना है तो वो 1000 रुपए 1 month के पे करता है. But from March onwards, we'll be doing costing very less. Plus, we'll be adding a subscription model in which only not amount will be paid for the one hop stream, but for the whole hobby part. तो उस 1000 रुपीज़ या 800 रुपीज़ में वो इंसान पंजाबी डांस, भांगड़ा, भरतनाट्यम, कथक, हिप हॉप, जैज, बॉलीवुड कोई भी स्ट्रीम सीख सकता है. प्लस द चार्जेस विल बी मच लेसर what we are charging right now, and the more focus will be on 3 months, 6 months and 1 year subscription from March onwards.
Okay, and for Bharatanatyam, Kathak and all, there is a certification like levels. They complete level 1, level 2. So will you be doing a similar level completion exams also?
We'll be not conducting exams, but there will be level completion program that will be done for the users. Why we are not conducting any kind of exam? Because there are two different aspects of any of the platform. एक प्लेटफॉर्म रहता है जो कि हॉबीज की तरफ से आपको जॉब प्रोवाइड करा सकता है. दूसरा प्लेटफॉर्म रहता है जो आपको हॉबीज परस्यू करने में हेल्प करता है एज अ रेगुलर हॉबीस्टर्स. सो हॉबिट कम इनटू अ second kind of a program where we do not inculcate in such kind of activities जिसमें हम टेस्ट लें और उनको उसके बाद जॉब्स प्रोवाइड करें. उस टाइप की डोमेन में हम नहीं हैं. वी आर इन अ रेगुलर हॉबीस्टर्स डोमेन. जो लोग अपनी हॉबी में इंटरेस्ट रखते हैं और जनरली यूजुअली अपनी हॉबी को सीखना चाहते हैं, फॉर दैट यूजर्स द हॉबिट प्लेटफॉर्म इज बीइंग created.
Okay,
So
and
kind of an exam.
yeah, you showed next 2 years revenue projection, but do you have next 2 years the hobbies what you are planning to add? Like currently you are in 5 categories, so how you are planning to add more?
So it takes us around 6 months to add one hobby stream. Why it takes us 6 months to add one hobby stream? Because whenever we add a hobby, we do not usually add only a virtual classes of that hobby or a pre-recorded course of that hobby. We add a whole ecosystem of that hobby. Because we believe to teach various hobbies, we must be needing an ecosystem of that particular hobby stream. So what ecosystem we needed is first we create a community of that hobby. Second thing is we conduct regular competitions and events for that hobby, so that the community is built for that hobby stream. First thing is first priority is that only. The next thing that we do is to create a virtual regular classes, and we launch any of the program once we will be having at least 3 months of classes with us. Then only we launch any kind of a program onto the platform. Third thing that we do for that particular hobby stream is create a pre-recorded certification course as well. So to inculcate all such activities into a bracket, so it usually takes us 6 months to add one hobby stream. In last 2 months only we added one hobby, that is art and craft. Next hobby that we are planning to add is in terms of makeup in coming next 6 months.
So every 6 months you are planning to add one?
Yes.
Okay. Just a last question. So it is a just suggestion. Maybe I am missing in your portal. You can have one first free class so that they can feel the live session and the AI, how it works, the
Yes.
certification.
So in the coming update that will be launching most probably in next 25 or 30 days, in that we have already worked on that provision part. That's a very nice idea from your side, Kishore. I really appreciate that as well. So we have already inculcated that idea for the very first free virtual session to all the users, and after that, if they willing to pay, they'll be able to take a monthly classes as well.
Yeah, just one more suggestion is maybe a monthly report kind, and also if possible a mentorship on a monthly basis. How is their progress?
Yeah, sure. We'll be surely looking to these things as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gaurav, and wishing you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kishore sir. Next, we have Ms. Bhakti Kumar. Ma'am, please come forward and ask your question.
Hi Gaurav, it's been a great match till now. I love the product. However, I wanted to actually see the demo of the app because there are some special features that you've been talking about, and would love to actually see that if that can come through. Meanwhile, I have these questions. Firstly, you mean the user footprints are as of now Delhi NCR only? So when we're talking about 50,000 users, that's just Delhi NCR and UAE a bit.
No, so the users are from Pan India right now. The users are even from Jammu Kashmir and Odisha as well. So it's not only from Delhi NCR area, but it's from Pan India part. Even the association that we did with the education institutions were also from Pan India, not just from Delhi NCR area. So our users is right now from Pan India plus from UAE as well.
Okay, because you said when you said RWAs and you said educational institutions.
That strategic alliance we only did in Delhi NCR, and all the strategic alliances was in Pan.
And how are you planning to penetrate into tier 2 and 3 cities? What's the plan on that?
So with the same concept, with tying up with various corporates, that is the very first thing. Tying up with Zostel, in which we are in already process with. Zostel is being available in 67 states, 67 cities right now in Pan India. Third thing is tying up with education institutions more, plus doing the digital marketing and influencers marketing as well. So these are the 5 things that we are looking forward to do.
And this app is iOS and Android compatible, both?
Yes, app is on both Android and iOS.
Okay. One more question that I heard that these are virtual classes, but I understand these are not live classes, like as in the class would be held between a tutor and a group of students or maybe a one-on-one. So how does that, feeling a personalized course or a tutorship, how does that come through? Because it's a pre-recorded model. And if the person has some doubts or questions to ask, who's mentoring these classes? I mean, how is this actually conducted?
So in terms of doubt solving part, we have a tutor's profile under the platform itself. So for example, if you're taking any class and if you feel any kind of a doubt after the class, you'll be able to chat with the tutor itself within the platform itself. We have a chat feature with the tutors, and the tutor will be able to revert back to you within the time frame of 4 hours.
Okay, so there's no upfront help available for the person. Let's say, for example, it's an art and craft class and somebody's making something using the pre-recorded thing. The real feel to a course should be that some assistance should be provided there and then, so that they go to the next step in the correct way and they feel satisfied by the end of the day. Whatever they're making, they're satisfied out of the product.
Yeah, so basically I'll explain you the whole technological aspect. The AI ML part, the artificial intelligence and machine learning part is being active into 2 key hobby stream, that is fitness and dance, in all the subcategories of fitness and in all the subcategories of dance. For other hobbies like cooking, art and craft and music, we are adding assistive training recently, in that is a technological aspect we are adding, in which user will be able to chat with the assistive on a real-time basis as well within that live session. So that technology,
that should be solving this problem. And secondly, you did mention that hobbies, you don't need a test or an exam. I beg to differ here, because there has to be some kind of certification on a personal growth perspective also. Like, a person feels you've started as a beginner, you've done a course, it's been evaluated, some form of certification or some kind of reward or something needs to be provided, so that they enroll for the intermediate and then the advanced. And also some kind of affiliations with universities or brand names need to be associated to give them some lucrative things to go about it. For example, there is this Fatado School of Music, etc. They're affiliated with the Trinity School of Music, etc. They're assisting the exams with them. I'm just giving you a random example. The things are very in terms of a hobby also. Not necessarily to get a job, but for self-appreciation and self-growth.
Yeah, sure. We can surely think on that particular aspect in terms of tying up with various such education institutions as well. Yeah, that was a nice idea from your side. Really appreciate that.
To take it forward.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Gaurav.
Can we know what are the key hobby areas?
So the most performing hobby or the most revenue generating hobby in the Hobit platform is dance. So 45% of the revenue generated into the Hobit is from the dance stream itself, because we are having a 6 subcategories into dance, that is Bharatnatyam, Kathak, Jazz, Hip Hop, Bollywood, and we are also adding Bhangra dance as well.
I'm Harifai. I'm CEO at Tech Technologies. Actually, I was curious about this part. So when you say there are videos available on platform where you can virtually access them and calculate your reports. So how many such videos would be there per trainer basis, and how you're planning to add more on that? That's my first question. And I would like to ask the second question as well. When you say about helping through AI, you will be able to do that for a few of the skills such as dance or singing. If you use NLP, and if you use computer vision, you can go for dance and all. But how are you planning to inculcate AI for other platforms as well? So these are my 2 questions. I would like to have an answer for that.
Yeah, sure. So the very first answer to your very first question is, in one hobby stream in 1 month class, there are 25 sessions that are being recorded by the tutors aspect, and the minimum 3 months of the content that we have already received then only we launch any kind of a content for the users itself. In terms of AI, that was the second question. The AI is being mentioned for only 2 hobby stream, that is dance and fitness, for all the subcategories of dance and for all the subcategories of fitness. For other hobby stream, we are not adding AI or ML part in all the other streams. We are adding a different technological aspect for all the other hobbies, that is an assistive chat training. So on a real-time basis, you will be able to ask the questions on the session itself, and the assistant will be able to answer those questions. The same technology that Byju's has obtained for the core educational part.
Sorry, actually, my part is like, for example, if you go for art, somebody have did some painting and all, but how would you like the machine to assist, whether it is up to the
Yeah,
mark or not? How will
that
yeah.
is the thing that I am mentioning to you. The AI part we are using for only 2 hobby stream, that is fitness and dance. For other hobby stream, we are not using AI ML part. We are adding one more technological aspect, that is assistive chat training. So in which a user will be able to ask their queries and doubts on a real-time chat basis, and they'll be getting their answers sorted on the real-time class itself.
Get it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
So one question I wanted to ask, like you said you normally spend for you require a 3 months course from the content creator to start the class, right? I just want to know like how much time they spend and what are the normal charges, I mean, you incur before starting a course.
Okay, so usually we give 500 to 1500 rupees per class to the tutor for one class content. If I talk about the average costing, that is 1000 rupees. If you calculate it for the monthly classes for 25 sessions, is 25,000 rupees that we spend for 1 month classes. And that content that we keep was having a lifetime access and the lifetime content copyright with us. That content will be not being used to any other platform. Second thing is we can use that content again and again and generate a multiple source of revenue in coming months itself. So in terms of 3 months content, we need 75,000 rupees in total for one hobby stream.
Okay, so we have more questions in the chat box, and this question is from Mr. Rohit Nahata. He is asking how Hobit will protect its contents rights. And second question he's asking is, what is the mechanism to control infringement?
So the content copyright is already being kept by Hobit itself. So tutor will be not able to use that content in any other platform. So this is how we protect the content of Hobit within the platform. Plus we are adding a feature into the platform itself that once if a user is taking any of the class, a user will be not able to record their whole screen. That is another concept that we are launching into the platform itself. This is how we'll be protecting our content. It's not about the legal team part. So in the written content agreement, if a content creator is using that content on any other platform, 10x of the amount that we have paid to that content creator will be paid by that content creator to us. That is the very first aspect. In terms of users part, user will be not able to record that content because the recording rights in the platform, if a user is doing a screen recording, that will be not possible for the user. This feature we are implementing into the platform itself. So that's how the content will be not being able to record by the users also.
Next we have Mr. Pant Bharat. Sir, please come forward and ask your question.
Yes, hi, thank you.
Hi.
So I have 2 questions. One is, how much content are you preparing in terms of minutes or hours? What is the total content that you have created and what do you plan to do in the next 12 months?
Yeah, so in terms of content minute, one class is between 35 to 45 minutes. So it's 25 days content that we usually take for 1 month class. And currently we are having almost 6 months content for all the hobbies. The reason behind that I said that we'll be implementing a subscription model from March itself, because by March we are expecting to have 12 months of content for all the hobby stream. So that's how we'll be able to sell the yearly subscription to the users also. And in terms of minutes, you can calculate 35 to 45 minutes is the per class, and 25 sessions are the per month sessions that we have already having, and 6 months of content that we have usually have. So you can calculate 25 classes into 6 months, and one class is between 35 to 45 minutes.
Perfect, got it. My second question is, how do you get your new customers in terms of numbers of new customers from Facebook, Instagram versus from Google?
So we are not advertising on Google right now. The only digital marketing we are doing is on Facebook and Instagram only. We are doing almost 25 to 28% month-on-month growth right now.
Perfect. Okay. I have a basic question. What is the exact target audience definition that you have?
So above the age category of 15, so the usual target audience that we are having onto the platform is between 20 to 45.
That is the target segment that you are targeting.
Yes.
Okay. But in terms of hobby, I think the younger audience would be more beneficial for you, isn't it?
No, so if I talk about the competitive landscape, most of the biggest player are into K-12 students only, dealing into K-12 that is in the age group of 2 to 12 or 2 to 15. This is how we are differentiated with the other platforms, because none of the other platform is focusing on such age group, that is working professionals and homemakers. And still, we believe that all the working professionals and homemakers still have the hobby that they've always wanted to pursue in their earlier days, but somehow they were not able to pursue that. And after having earning good money, they are ready to spend money as well in terms of pursuing their favorite hobby with the renowned and vetted tutors. So the target audience that we are having is very clear to us, that is working professionals and homemakers right now.
So when you are targeting the audience, which is an earning audience basically, so do you have a data point to suffice that?
So data point, if I talk about for working professionals and homemakers in India, it's the youngest country, having a average age group of 28 years. So most of the population in India is under the category of 20 to 40 right now, and we are tapping to the mass audience through that only.
Is it possible for you to show user base location graphically and show how diverse the user base is?
Sure. I'll be able to show that through graphical representation. So you can see the blue dots. These are where our user base was in last 30 minutes. You can see Patna, Kolkata, Nagpur, Telangana, Maharashtra, Bangalore, Ahmedabad, Gujarat, Jaipur, New Delhi, Lahore. So basically, usually our whole India is being tapped with Hobit right now. These are the active user base in last 30 minutes in India.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the demo day. So those who are interested to invest in Hobit can fill up the commitment form, and our team members will start connecting with you via one-on-one call. And if required, you will also be connected to Mr. Gaurav Dua. Mr. Gaurav, do you have any thank you note?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much to all the audience. Thank you so much, Sanjana, for conducting very well. And thank you to all the audience for being a part of this journey. Looking forward to be connecting with you and being a part of this steady, fast growth journey of Hobit as well.